Hey there, welcome to day 50 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1170 after a win yesterday. Let's go ahead and hop into a 15-minute rapid game. I'm really tired, so I'm hoping I can get a quick game in here. Okay, I think we found one. 1176 we're up against, and we got white. But he's not playing. Okay, there he goes. Okay, so I think he's going for the King's Indian setup. It seems like. Let's go ahead and play our bishop out to f4. If he's going for the King's Indian, there is an idea that I've looked at, that I've learned about, where you immediately go knight c3 and then we play e4. And there's some attacking ideas against the King's Indian. I don't know all of the ideas exactly how they work, but let's see if we can make this happen. So we immediately take control of the center, and it's kind of different from the typical London. It's quite different from the typical London. I don't know if this is the Jobava London or not, because I haven't really looked into that. I just looked into this specifically as a way to counter the King's Indian. So he plays this, so he prevents e5, and then we go queen d2, I believe. And we're looking to castle queenside. But yeah, I don't know too much of what we would want to do after this. Let's see. Yeah, he has plenty of defenders here. He hasn't developed the knight out yet. I know that this is a potential move, which I might just... No, I can't do that right away because he has the knight still here watching that square as well as the bishop. So instead of doing that first, I think... let's just castle first. Okay, and he goes for e5. Oh, he does have 3 defenders of that. So maybe I should have got the knight out first. But it is going to open... oh yeah, if he takes back with the pawn, then it opens this up and we can immediately trade queens. He doesn't have to take back with the king though, which would be nice because he has the knight here. So let's take and see what happens. Okay, he takes with the knight. What do we want to do now? Yeah, see, I don't know too much of this this line against the King's Indian, but I just knew the thing about playing knight c3 early, playing e4, and then like trying to line up the king and the queen for this. But I think it's a little different from how I had seen it, the way he played. But I'm not sure what exactly was different, so let's just figure it out from here. So if I take, he can take with the bishop. There's not really a point of that. Actually, so this pawn is pinned. If I go here, no. If I go here, am I threatening anything? Here. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to play exactly. Wait, I could go here, and then I pin the knight to the bishop, and I'm threatening to take. I kind of like that. And if he goes like this to check me, I just, with a discovered attack, I can just take the knight, so that shouldn't be a threat. It seems a little risky because I'm putting this lined up, the queen lined up with the bishop, but I think it works here. Let's just try it. Play risky moves here. Maybe if we lose quickly, that's fine. It is pretty late, so I'm hoping not to get a super long game because I want to get to sleep soon. But if we do, then we do. But we're threatening to take, and he only has one defender, I think, technically, because the fact that this pawn is pinned, because we can take the queen if the pawn moves. We go take, does that work actually? Take, 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 take. No, I think that doesn't work because he takes the rook at the end. So I don't know, maybe this move wasn't that useful. Okay. So he pushes that pawn. I feel like that's a little bit weakening though, so that might be useful for us. Here's new one. So I had a fan going. I feel like this could be good, but I don't really see what it threatens right away. Let's just go bishop here and then develop this knight maybe to attack his knight again. Oh yeah, and I just noticed I also have this check, but he has a couple moves to block against that. Okay, knight drops back. I think I might just go back to here, or actually probably just back to here, because I like kind of maintaining this pressure on this file. And then we're also threatening to maybe go here, try to trade, bring the queen in, although we need the knight to develop first, so we can't really do it right away. His knight will develop here. Could also go here, pin the knight, he could play this. Okay, let's just drop. Let's just drop back. Just stick with the simple plan. Can we play e5? Because this pawn is still pinned. But the knight's guarding. He does have 3 defenders, so I don't think I can play it. He has 3 even with this one being pinned. Could move this bishop here, but I do want to get the knight out. Okay, well, he's threatening that pawn, but I have my knight to guard it anyway. How do we want to proceed here? I go knight here, maybe knight here, and just try to trade or something. I mean, I need to get my knight out, I think. And I think I'm fine with trading this. If he hops in here to double attack this, then I just move this over. He can't go here. So yeah, let's just develop the knight. I don't see any like immediate tactics, so I think just focusing on getting my pieces to better squares for now is going to be the best way to go. Okay, the queen moves out of this pin. He potentially could castle queenside here. Can't hop into any of these squares. I could go here. Can't get into there. I think I'm going to maybe just... Can I play this? No. I don't think so. So I might just go here and just try to take the trade. Actually, the only thing is I have to be careful when he pushes this pawn. But there's not an immediate tactic, I don't think, with that. Yeah. So then I just drop back here. We have two defenders, and then we also are applying some pressure here. Maybe I can get a rook here. Could push this. 1, 2 defenders. He has 2 attackers. But if I push that, then I prevent this from opening up, kind of. If he takes, we open it up. But if he doesn't take, I guess I'm threatening to take here, and then he opens up this side, so... Okay, let's just try it. We have 2 defenders. Okay, I definitely don't want my queen lined up here. So let's drop it back. I could take first. No, I can't take because then it's pinned. Let's drop this back. Keep our 2 defenders on here. Okay, and I think we want to... Wait. If I go here, have a skewer, but he can take... I take with the rook, and then he can get out with the queen. Okay, let's just... I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go, so let's just keep it simple and go take, and then take here. And then he kind of needs to trade because the bishop is undefended, so then we'll take here. Then we're threatening the rook, and he has to move the knight. Alright, let's just do that. It seems like a simple plan that I think is fine. Yeah. Take. I could also go here with tempo first on the queen, which I kind of like. Um, okay, no, actually, no, let's go with tempo on the queen first and see what he does. Wait, if I do that and he takes... Actually, that doesn't work, because if he takes, then both queens are under threat. So I think he can take the bishop, so let's take here first. If we get this trade, then we'll be putting quite a bit of pressure on the bishop. The knight can develop, but the rook has some pressure on it. Okay. Let's take that. He wants the queen trade and developing his knight, but I do have this pawn for free. Which I think I'll probably just go for. He doesn't have any checks or threats. Oh no, he does have this check. But I think I'll just move over here. Now, but then he can take this pawn. So if he checks here, can't come back. I move. He takes this pawn. He's threatening the rook, so I need to move again. I might be able to take this pawn, but I think I don't really like that so much. So I'm considering just taking the queen trade, but I feel like there's something better than the queen trade. I could just defend the queen. I kind of like that. No, but then it's isolated. The pawn's isolated. I mean, it will be a pass pawn, an isolated pass pawn. I think I'd rather keep them connected, though. Can I defend it with that? No. Yeah, let's just trade it because I don't see what else to do. Let's get a rook over. Actually, first I want to immediately kind of neutralize the knight. Actually, it kind of is because I can just trade here. So let's get rook over first. And then we'll start planning to push our pawns. Castles. Let's just maybe push here first. Keep that protected by the knight. Take up more space there. I can't come in here because it's guarded by the bishop and the knight. But we have control over the open file. So it looks like we're getting yet another in-game, which is kind of cool. I've been liking the in-game practice lately. Most of my games have been going into in-games. I do like take a lot of time and play kind of slow sometimes in the in-game though, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff I could miss. But we still have 6 minutes on the clock. Let's maybe push here. I want to keep my pieces on dark squares as much as possible since we both have light square bishops, and I want to make his light square bishop as ineffective as I can. And I would be maybe interested in trading them off. He's getting his king active right away. I think I like here. Here. And we potentially could trade bishops if we want, because his is on a pretty good square. If he immediately plays this, then I could come into here and put some pressure on the bishop. Okay, let's just try there. And if we can trade bishops, take, I'm pressuring this pawn, he can push it. And then I don't see quite yet. Okay, he pushes the pawn first. Yeah, let's just try to trade the bishops. Well, take. Or no. Here, take. It's his turn. He can take the open file after that. So maybe not yet. Maybe let's just play some pawn moves first and maybe try to activate the king first. Yeah, let's get our king in. Actually, maybe I could play this also, because then that's another way to trade the bishop, but if I do that, then I would double the pawn, so maybe not. I would like to trade the bishop off without taking any positional disadvantage from the trade. Can I just go here right away? I'm just going to try that. Maybe. It's protected. This square is twice protected. Just try to get further across the board. If I bring my king in here, then I can't try to bring the bishop out. I think I'll push this pawn. Take away some of his squares. Also, I can go ahead and go here. Let's play this first. If I go here, take, then my knight does get to a pretty good spot. So maybe I will just push b5. Coming into there maybe. But let's play here. Then the knight is kind of useless on the edge of the board for now. Prevent him from coming into here or here, so all he could do is go back. Or maybe he could try to push a pawn to open it up or something, but... King's coming in. Okay, now I could go here and pin the bishop. But I don't know what the follow-up would be. Wait, he did... Did he trap his knight? Here? No, because this bishop is guarding. Oh no, LC has that square. Never mind. Okay, let's just play... I go here, take... Have this check. I don't know what it does. Check. If he moves to the wrong square, I could have a fork on the rook. He goes here. Okay, this seems interesting. I don't know exactly what will happen, but it seems interesting. I like the idea of actually opening up this square for the knight. His knight goes back. We have this check. Have this check. If I give that check, where does he go? Might be able to push him back. Can also go here, try to double up. Now he has 3 protectors on the bishop, so attacking the bishop is probably not a great plan. I think this... Okay, I think I like the knight the most. Jumping the knight in. Because I like that there's also this follow-up, potentially to threaten the rook. Okay, let's go here, and we're forking the bishop and the pawn. So we can force the bishop to go away, I think. Then the king will be here. Oh, he protects the pawn instead, okay. Interesting. But if I go here, I'm already double attacking this, and I have the potential to triple attack it. Otherwise I take, knight develops, then I double attack the knight. I don't know if it's better to just attack the bishop or to double attack the knight. I attack the bishop. The knight is guarding. I do need to add a third attacker. Whereas if I take, pin. Okay, we still have to add a second attacker. But does he have a way to defend it? I don't think he does. Okay, let's just try that. I'm not sure if it made a difference to take or not. Okay, pin it. Oh, he has that check as well. Let's go here. I think I like this. We get our king further along towards the pawns and prepare to bring the bishop here. Okay, he moves his king. Let's force the knight off the current square that it's on. Also, if he comes into here though, okay, I can protect the pawn like that. Just play this, don't want to play too slow. Knight goes back. He's still protecting this square. He's also protecting this. Let's maybe just go for a... Do I go for a rook trade? I think I could go for a rook trade. All his pawns are on light squares at the moment, except for this one. So I do have some maybe potential to attack them with my bishop versus his knight. Can also just check here. Okay, no, let's just try to get the rook trade first. Get the rook trade. He's attacking that pawn. I think I could either go here or I just push this pawn. If I push this pawn, he can come in and attack it. So that could be a problem. So I think I go here. I could also just attack his pawn. If he takes, I take. Okay, let's just defend it. With that fork, I'm gonna come up. I think he can come into here. Come up and then come behind here. Go here. I have a pretty open pathway towards these pawns. The knight can try to come back and defend them maybe. He can't come in here. He could come here, but I... Okay, I gotta just take that. Trade. Ooh, that could be close. Okay, instead of trading right away, let's activate our king first. Because if I trade right away, I feel like he has a pretty good chance of winning the race across the board with his king there to just take this pawn. But if I activate my king first, and his pawn's still locked behind his king, I think that gives us an extra bit of tempo there. Knight could try to run back to defend, but I don't think he has a great way to, does he? Attack this one. Do I come from the back? If he pushes this, take. I think I come forward, right? Let's move this. Maybe here, because I still can watch this pawn. Oh yeah, I can't go to that square, but I can just take this. Okay, now I think I like this. Let's push this pawn first. Okay, he's just going for mine right away. Here, 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 promote. Crap, I think it's an equal promotion. Can I get his pawn? Here, here, here. No, I can't get his pawn, so I think I just come up here first. I don't know, I think it's an equal promotion though. I'm not sure which move is better. Let's go here. Alright, we promote with check here actually, which is nice. And I still have 2 pawns, so if I can get a trade, let's just check a bunch. Because I don't know. If I can just find a way to force the trade here, then we're good. How do I force the trade? Just keep checking. Oh, there's almost a way to force the trade. Oh, that's so close. Can't do it here. Oh, I can force it. Here we go. That's what I was waiting for. He didn't see that. Okay, now just resign. Yeah. He didn't realize that his queen was under threat. But I was gonna win anyway because he went to that square. I don't know if there was a way for him to not go to a square eventually where I could force the trade. There might have been a way for him to just keep avoiding the right squares. But yeah, once we got the fork, he was going to have to trade the queen, then we were going to be able to push our pawns, and our king was very close to them, so we could protect it. Let's check the game review. That was a pretty interesting one because we went and played a pretty long in-game with no material advantage, and we still got the win, even though it took a while. Accuracy is decent, not amazing, 77.4. There's a couple misses, it looks like, no blunders. Game rating is 1500. His is 1100. We both had some misses, so definitely want to see what the misses were. And let's go through the moves here. Okay, so this said excellent, but it still preferred e3 right away. I want to see if I played this wrong. Okay, castling was wrong. It did want knight f3 first, because I think I ended up in trouble because of that. Because I wasn't, what was it? Because I wasn't guarding the pawn or something? Or no, because I wasn't guarding the e5 square. I think that's what it was. That was a miss. I want him to take first. Take. Oh yeah, because I have to take with the queen. And even though I have two defenders, one is the queen, so I lose material. Yeah, so having the knight on f3 would have helped a lot. So I should have developed that earlier before castling. He didn't find that, luckily. Okay, this move was good. I didn't like it that much. It preferred h4. Normally with this idea where you're playing the early knight c3 and then e4 instead of like the regular London against the King's Indian, I know one of the main ideas is that you can create a really quick attack, like try to trade the bishop off, get your queen in here, and then push h4, h5, and try to open up the king side. But that's if they're castling king side. In this case, he started developing everything over here, and I was thinking he might try to castle queen side, and he didn't castle king side until much later in the game, I think. So that attacking idea didn't really go the way I expected it. All right, he drops back there. That was inaccurate. It wanted me to go into here instead. It says that's a safer square. Felt like this was pretty safe. And then I'm still preparing this idea, but it wanted this square. Here, I'll take a look at what it says for the follow-up. Although it always plays the move so quick, and they are hard to follow sometimes. Okay. Alright, let's just keep going for now. Because I don't think any of that was too important. I definitely want to see what the misses were. Alright, we get the trade. This was inaccurate. Yeah, I really wasn't sure about this one. It preferred going over here and attacking that pawn. Oh yeah, I didn't consider that move. What would he have played if I did that? What's the best move? Just castle? Yeah, okay. Castle, take here. He takes... Oh wait, it says it's inaccurate, but it just showed the arrow. Like, is the arrow not the best move? I thought the blue arrow is the best move. But then it says inaccurate when I do it, so I'm not sure what that's about. Or if I'm just confused, maybe the blue arrow isn't the best move. Okay, let's just go back to where we were. He opens this up, and we just start trading everything. And here already, even though we're materially equal, I actually have a +2 advantage. Which I had a feeling I was a little better if we just traded everything. And apparently that was right. It did want me to take this pawn, which I thought about for a while, but I decided to go for the queen trade. Apparently my whole advantage went away. My whole advantage went away from not taking the pawn? Is there... That's surprising. It went down to 0? Is there like a... Normally when it's 0.0 on the eval bar, there's like a perpetual check. I need to see what the follow-up is. But there wouldn't be a perpetual check. There's no queen or anything. No. It's just right dead even. But I need to see if I took here and then he went here. Pawn here. Take here. Is there a reason he can't take here? It's inaccurate. Oh, because I just immediately come over here and threaten mate. We give up this pawn because he has to defend. Okay. Here. We just continue the attack here and just ignore trying to defend the pawn. Yeah, I was scared of him coming over with this check and then destroying my pawns over here and threatening the rook and all that. But I didn't really realize that if I just come over here, after taking, I'm already threatening a mate. Or is it mate? Yeah, it's mate. So I could have just taken that pawn. We lost our advantage by trading queens, but then at some point we obviously gained it back. So let's see where that happened. We're equal here. Equal. He never, looking at the eval bar, he never really had an advantage at any point. It was just staying equal for a while and then slowly creeped in our direction. But we're not there yet. That was a mistake. And this actually gave him a very slight advantage by playing this mistake. Let's see the follow-up. Rook over, or king over to the rook. But this, what he actually played was this, I think, right? And that's not as good. It really wants the king in the middle. It seems a little dangerous with the rook around, but I think the checking squares are all covered by these pawns. And then his king gets super active. But I would have, as him, I would have felt a little scared of playing that, bringing the king all the way to the center like that. The check was good with the knight. That was best. That was a mistake. Oh, it wanted him to just bring it back and protect the pawn. Oh, true. I actually missed that he could do that. But then still his bishop does become a lot more passive. So it's still good for us either way. So we start getting an advantage. Taking was a mistake. Dang, I thought about this one for a little bit too, but I just was not... I couldn't decide if I wanted to play this first. This gives us a plus 1.91 advantage. Whereas taking keeps us at basically even, plus 0.25. Because he was able to easily get out of the pin and I didn't have enough time to win the knight after the pin was broken. But if we played over here first, would we have somehow been able to win the bishop? He goes here. Wait, why does that just say good? I'm still confused by the arrows because it shows the blue arrow, but then it only says it's a good move or an accuracy. Let me click on analysis and see what that says. Like the other tab here. So this says that his best move is King D6. Why does it say good? King F7 is best, it said. Okay, King F7 is best. Rook E3. What if I just go here and just take the trade, but then my rook is more passive, he can check me, so that doesn't seem that good. I don't know, I'm not sure that I can see what the advantage is exactly from going here first instead of taking the knight. Let me just click on the show follow-up button though, because I'm trying to get better at like analyzing my games with the engine and learning what I could have done, because sometimes it's pretty confusing. So let's see. Show follow-up. Yeah, that was the wrong sequence. Okay, so here's where we want the follow-up. So we end up winning a pawn over here on the edge of the board. Let me take just a moment to try to understand this, see, because someone was commenting and saying that I should try to take a little more time to understand some of the engine moves, because sometimes I'm pretty confused by them, and I just move on. But let's take a moment here. Sometimes they're just really hard to understand, but let me see if I can understand what is going on here. So we pin him. He needs to come down. He can't defend the bishop anymore because the rook can't come over. If he comes down, he's preparing to defend the bishop before I go here. So maybe that's the point of this move, is to simply prepare the rook to come and defend and to break the pin. Oh no, it's still... I'm confused by these blue arrows. So it wants back over here. He breaks the pin, rook can defend. And then what happens if I just... If I take, he takes... That doesn't work. He has two defenders. What else can I do? What's the purpose of bringing the rook back here? Then he plays this. Push the pawn. shift it back. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't say that I understand like exactly what the point of a lot of these moves are. There's not like an immediate clear tactical advantage. And when the tactical advantage comes like 10, 15 moves down the line or something, then it's really hard to discern the purpose of a lot of the moves or why they're best. So yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm still not sure why this was better actually than taking with the knight. So let's just go back to where we were. Maybe I'll look back at the game again later though and see if I can figure stuff out. So here his knight jumped back. It felt like we were pretty active. Apparently trading the rooks was a bad idea. As soon as I offered the trade, we're back to even again. But him taking the trade was a mistake. So now we're back to plus 1.7. And then that was a mistake. It wanted him to push this first. Yeah, this structure that he had going on was pretty dangerous once I was able to get my king in here. If he pushed this, he already had 3 defenders, so that was his moment to play it. Because I only have 2 defenders of that square. So that was his chance, I think. That's why he should have played that. This was a miss. It wanted king up first. So it really wants me to just jump on this and try to attack these pawns right away and not worry about this one. That was a miss as well. It wanted knight here. What does knight here do? It attacks this pawn. I can defend it like this. Does he have a follow-up after that? Go over here and threaten the bishop maybe. Drop back. Still need to defend the pawn. Yeah, I'm not sure. This move was great though to come up. I felt pretty good at this point in the position because now I'm like also cutting off his king. My king's right in the center. His knight is under threat and he has to hop away. He wants a check here first. Take. Oh, and then I take the knight because that was the defender of the knight. Okay, I see. See, that makes easy sense. I can tell what the engine wanted for a sequence like that because it plays out within a couple moves and there's a tactical advantage. But sometimes it's just crazy engine moves that are predicting something that's going to happen like 10 plus moves down the line. Oh, this was best to drop back to the corner. Keep the pressure on here. Oh, I jumped to the end by accident. Let's go back. We're about here. We drop back to the corner when he threatened us. And now we have a huge advantage, plus 4.64. Trade the knight off. And even though we both promoted, one thing I really want to see here in a second is if there was a better way for him to prevent the trade of queens. But it seems like the engine thinks that I was guaranteed to win, so there must have been a way to force the trade of queens regardless. Let me go back a few moves and see after promotion. Let's just click show follow-up and see what the best moves were here. Oh, it wanted him to immediately block with the queen? What if he just keeps running away? Just to escape a checkmate. Mate in 17, apparently, we have. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't... Oh, there we go. This is how I would have got it. Then he goes down, then we get the trade. Yeah, so it seems like if you check him enough, there's going to be a way to force the trade of queens at some point. And then we just win with the pawns. So yeah, we were totally winning ever since, even though we had equal promotion, which I did calculate correctly. We were totally winning simply because we could force the trade. We also promoted with checks, so we had the tempo to be able to force the trade, and then we had 2 pawns left. So I think that's all we need to really look at. And then he resigned. And yeah, that was a good game. That was day 50, and we're back to 1178, which I hadn't looked at yet, but that's actually a new all-time high, one higher than my previous high. And we're pretty close to 1200, so that's cool. And I'll see you guys on day 51. Thanks for watching.